Alrighty, well, it looks like they're about to get it down. It looks like we're about to get started. So I guess all that's left to do is to show that energy to the crowd and get it started the way that the Jedi would have wanted. Or is it the Sith? Who's the good guys in this, Malachi?
Uh, I think it was the Jedi. I think it was the Jedi, or was it those? Yeah, that's what it was. It was
Uh,
the so-called Jizz Band.
I don't think that's correct or even a viable side. But as the bell rings and as they get started, they are circling each other, sizing each other up, looking for an opening. Surprising, in my opinion, coming from Varka, who is usually, he knows what he's getting into when he gets started. But now that hesitation comes back to haunt him as Clara just starts throwing hands at the moment they center against each other again.
Those punches have to hurt Clara almost as much as they hurt Varka.
Case in point with a huge dark discus lariat, absolutely flooring the Maori warrior. 250 pounds of Sergal, probably caught a little bit off guard in that regard.
It is not often that he is outstruck by an opponent.
Definitely not in the first 10 seconds of the match, but as she charges back at him, he's at least got a little bit more footing to wrap her up in the grapple, but it doesn't matter. Left hook, right hook, uppercut, body punch. One for the liver, one for the ribs. Oh, but now he comes back to block it.
And there he goes right into those shoot kicks right to the chest. And as we said, those kicks from him are so powerful.
Absolutely. And just one heavy kick on the back end coming in high, tail whip high, drops Clara, but he does not give her the chance to get up. Rather, he pulls her up and sends her right off to the opposite corner.
And then follows that right up with a mid-knee just right to the chest, rocking Clara to her core. Following it up with those Mai Tai knee lifts. Oh my God, I gotta take another drink.
I mean, you said it yourself at the start of this fight. The way that this was going to be dictated is who's got the better assets. Is it going to be the kicks that win the day, or is it going to be the combinations upstairs? So now we're starting to see a little bit of that tide turning, no pun intended.
Varka uses a monkey flip, yeets her into the center, goes for the pin. That's a one. That's only a one count. Clara kicking out with authority.
Absolutely, absolutely. Given that denial with the early kick out, might be a little bit of a mind game. Hard to tell with that helmet on her head what's going on in there, but I can definitely say that she has a lot of good ring awareness and she's going to make good use of that. Case in point, elbow caught him coming in head full of steam, and now here she comes right after him. Literally whipping around Varka just so she could trap him in the corner and start delivering a good 3-4 combination herself. And now giving him the business in the corner. Absolutely, even the ones where he catches her, but then she just immediately slips the guard and gets right back on the inside, coming at him with the strength of Badu Jack, just absolutely coming after him. Those snake eyes in the corner.
What that?
Starting to see a little bit of frustration from La Cariña. Not a fan of him having an answer to a lot of her questions, and now she's just charging at him coast to coast.
The big boot turning the tide. They are now both trying to catch their breath.
Absolutely. Well, when you just take combo after combo like that, you've got to take a second to catch your breath. Big smart move out of Varka Kai before pulling himself together, getting into the high rent district. 250 pounds of Maori warrior about to come crashing down. This is a dangerous place for Clara to be. Oh, and
the
he
frog
sticks the
splash.
landing.
But only a 1 count out of that.
It is absolutely insane. And like I said this before, Clara is I want to say she's a powerhouse in disguise, Malachi. Like, she is not huge, right? She's not Laurentina. She's not Hammer. She's not Varka. But the punishment she can take and then dish back at you is something you don't see in a lot of people, much less someone her size.
Absolutely. When I was hiding, scoping out the competition in the training room, I was seeing they had to repair the punching bags multiple times after Clara had gotten done with them.
Case in point, when she hits her with a diamond cutter like that, Varka trying to orient himself as she shoots herself off the ropes. You see every bit of that fist drop right across the chest. Every bit of that power.
Now it looks like she's going to be going up to the high rank district herself in the same corner.
Absolutely. Very much a
And
fan
this.
of eye for an eye.
Block this.
Very much eye for an eye energy as she dives off the top rope. Elbow drop.
An absolutely devastating strike. You can see Varka bouncing off the mat. She goes in for the pin. That's going to be a 1. That's a 2. That's a 2. Only a 2 count. Only a 2. I thought the match was over.
Only a 2 count, getting the shoulders up at the critical moment. And as we were just talking about Clara's durability, let's take a moment to talk about Varka's, because Varka's very much in the same boat. He can take punishment. He's taken chops from the best of them. He's taken some of the hardest spears from the biggest of them, and he always gets up to dish out more fireman's carry from Varka Kai. So this may well turn into a question of who just has that much more in the gas tank.
It definitely is going to be a contest of stamina, just like when Mags and Hammer finally have that first night together.
Don't cup deal.
Oh. Now they're both throwing hands and catching each other, deflecting and parrying. Varka coming in with one of his patented headbutts. Oh no, and now just coming in with a butterfly suplex.
Varka has her up and goes in for a release German suplex, slamming her down on the ground. And like always, that suplex is brought to you by Cerveza Cristal.
Damn it, no, we're not sponsored by Cerveza Cristal, but it doesn't mean I won't say it like that, okay? So look me up, y'all. If you ever need me for an advert, you know your boy A-Real. Oh, God, look at that ground head scissors, putting the legs to work. Varka Kai trying to pop that helmet right off her head.
Of course not.
Malachi, and in the most perfect of segues, you almost see the glass start to crack on the helmet before she relents. Varka not wanting to try to waste all his energy. If she's not going to tap, there's only so much you can do.
On social media, you see all these people crushing the watermelons with the thighs. I am certain Varka could do it with a bowling ball, but Clara has turned the tide again and is just pounding away.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is wonderful reversal, wonderful counter again, and now we get to see coming back in, looking like a solid right-hand combination of hooks and uppercuts before wrapping them up into a wrist lock. Now she's taking control the classic way.
Brutal arm breaker, just wrenching on it, and then brings him down to the ground, comes off the ropes into a Superman punch, goes for the pin.
Oh, that's not just a Superman punch, that is the soul punch. Damn near took his soul out with that one as he kicks out after 2.
I don't know how he can even be awake after that strike. but he counters back in with a knee face buster, and now Clara is down again. How are these two fighters still going?
Absolutely a back and forth brawl to see who can take that much more punishment. Provide knees to the face, dizzying even through the helmet as Varka sends Clara off to the ropes. Oh no! And in for the rising tide! This could be it! Wow! She kicks out!
That lean yin machine just keeps on going. I don't know what either of these two amazing warriors are going to have to do to get a win here.
Absolutely. You can see Varka running out of options. He's thinking he's thrown everything in the kitchen sink at her. And yet here comes Clara powering through like it's Canelo versus Triple G, just keeping up the pressure, not giving him room to move, faking him out, drawing the guard up before she comes off the rope once more. She is not done. And now just catching him while he is surprised, just wrenching that neck, bringing in the attack close at hand.
But Varka lands it. He does not take the strike. Now he's on the offensive again, going for a waist lock from behind.
Brilliant resourcefulness from him before hitting her with the V-trigger. Right on the button, and down she goes. 1, 2, 3, and that is it!
Honor Pro, your winner by pinfall, Varka.
Absolute brilliant display from a couple of 5-star powerhouses, but you'll notice Varka got up. He wasn't all there for a second. He's still reeling from the punches, but damn if they do not both have granite chins.
Absolutely, mad respect to both fighters in that one. A clean match, right?